Okay, so now let's take a look at my Merc. So my Merc healer is pretty well geared. Got a lot of main stat there, 3724. His crit chance is 213, which probably could be a little higher, and his surge is 565, which probably could be just a tad lower. I got over 1400 power. I always want more power, but I can trade a little bit of power to get a little more crit for this build here. I need a little more crit for this build. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to go look at the tech vendor for me. And I know in Dread Fortress, again, the headpiece, gloves, and offhand are probably what I'm going to have a really good shot at. I already have both implants, so I don't worry about Nephra. The first piece that drops is the headpiece. Without really knowing for sure, I can tell you there it is. It's too much crit. It's too much crit right now for me to worry about. So if I do get the headpiece, I'll go look at a different headpiece, maybe the Eliminator or something, and I'll keep the armoring. But going into the raid, knowing that this headpiece is not good for me right off the bat, I'm just going to not roll on it and keep an eye on the gloves. So if you go to the gloves, you see the gloves here give me a little more crit, give me 61 crit, give me 8 alacrity, but then drop my power 69, and that's a very good drop for me. I hate losing power that much, but in the long term it won't be a big deal because I know from just the way stuff has been previously built out that the medic blaster, which is here, the offhand, my offhand that drops in CZ, gives me 53 power. Tech power, which is awesome, and only a little bit of surge. So basically the lesson here is if I just pass on the headpiece for now, focus on getting the gloves, I'll get my crit up a little bit, 61%. I'll lose initially 69 power, but then if I roll on any tune really that I have, if I want to get this gear because it's legacy, I can go get this offhand and give me back 53 power. So at the end of that whole thing, I only lose a little bit of power. I gain a little bit of surge. It isn't ideal, but it's not bad. Gain tech power, which is awesome, and then I gain crit that I need. So basically, two pieces fix what I'm looking for, and then from there, I just got to be careful to what else I do. The earpiece, it gives me more power. It gives me surge, which is still not ideal, but it's not a lot over the life of the tune. So just the kind of stuff you got to think about. Look at your classes, look at your stuff, and see what it is you want to do with your stats, and then figure out which gear gives you those stats. More importantly, figure out what gear you don't need, what you don't want to have. So I don't want that headpiece for sure. I definitely don't want that headpiece. So you just kind of start looking at other types of headpieces that exist. I don't want the medic one. Maybe the Eliminator one gives me too much crit, so I don't want that one. So you kind of go look around and see what it is you want to do. The Enforcer one might be something that gives me a lot of cunning but too much crit. So go start looking at other pieces that you want and itemize from there. If you don't like, for instance, I don't like my headpiece, any of them really, so I might just stick with the offhand or stick with the gloves and swap stuff in and out, and then take the headpiece later down the line to keep the set bonus but get the upgrade armory. So that's the kind of stuff you got to keep an eye on. Hope it's helpful. Take care.